What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So we know that every single update we're getting a new set of operator bundles. Today we're going to talk about the ones that we know about for Season 3 Reloaded, as well as some other upcoming ones that we should expect within the next couple of days. So if you do find the video informative or helpful at any point, don't forget to hit that like and sub button to help us on the road to 500k. But let's go ahead and get into it. So the very first bundle, this one actually released earlier today in the store. This is a Tracer Pack and an Ultra skin known as Cardboard Commando. Brings in the Carton Robo skin for Bayan, 2,400 COD points for this bundle. Alongside this, there's also two different weapon blueprints with tracers. You have the cutout for the TR2 marksman rifle, and then you also have a second one, which is called the crafted for the PU-21. They have the pink and white tracers and the Boxum death effect. There's also a new emo called the surprise gift, a new weapon charm, and then a new cardboard cannon, which is a hand cannon skin, and then an animated loading screen. For some reason, the quality of these when you actually purchase and apply them is not really that good for some reason. Hopefully they do an update to fix that. This is the bundle that released today. Now, there's actually a couple of other bundles that are expected before this upcoming Thursday, which is the Season 3 Reloaded update, and that is the Tracer Pack Lawful Larceny bundle. This comes in for Bayan once again. It is called the Pure Grin Operator skin. This is the showcasing of what he looks like. The bundle does have a price of 2,000 COD points. Alongside that, there's also two different weapon blueprints that come in with him. The first one is called the Shush for the Compact 92, and then the second one comes in for the Maelstrom. And here's a showcase of what that looks like within the practice area, the death effect, and as well as the tracers. And then you also have one for the Maelstrom called the Chatter Teeth. And then the rest of the bundle is just the typical stuff. There is a finishing move that doesn't load in just yet, so you don't know exactly what it looks like. And you also got the T out emo, an animated emblem, and then there's also a 1 hour double XP token. Quick word from our sponsor, Mech Cactus. It's a store that can get you the most exclusive operators, help you unlock the Black Ops 6 Mastery camos such as Dark Matter, Abyss, and Nebula. And if you want to hit Master Prestige even faster, they can also help you out with that. They don't use unlock tools or mods, so you know it's 100% legitimate, and they have over 10,000 verified reviews on Trustpilot. You can use code TRIDZO for a 5% discount. The link will be down in the description. Now, the next bundle coming out as well, so not in any particular order, but they will release once again before Reloaded. This one is called the Robo Dual Tracer Pack, Mastercraft, and Ultra skin. Brings in a brand new skin. This one is for Nyran, known as the Nyran's Mech Enthusiast Ultra skin. The reason why it's an Ultra skin is basically because of the mechanical arm that you see in the background, so it basically moves by itself, and that gives them the reason to call it an Ultra skin, and this is the showcasing of that. Then alongside that, there is also a Mastercraft, so this comes in for the drill melee weapon called the Sting Drill. This is the inspect because each Mastercraft is going to have its own inspect animation, pretty much like a bumblebee, a mechanical bee that comes to life, flies all around, and then it comes back. Now, sometimes these Mastercrafts will have more than one inspect animation, but we won't know for sure until it actually officially drops, but that's just a showcasing for that. Then you also get a new Tanto 22 blueprint known as the Stingferno, which actually looks completely different from the rest of the other weapon blueprints. And then you also have one called the Robo Dow for the Ames 85, comes in with tracers and a death effect. And then going on, we have the Friction Discharge emo, which is just a part of it, him playing with like robots and messing around with them, or some sort of mechanical things. And then you also have a new weapon charm, an animated emblem, spray, and then a new animated loading screen, which once again, really bad quality. And this bundle is going to cost you 2,400 COD points. Now, the next bundle that we have, this one is called the Tracer Pack The Wilds. Brings in actually two different operator skins instead of one. So the first one is the Shield Maiden. This comes in for West Point. It is sort of animated, not really an ultra skin, but just the glowing eyes I feel like is like an animation effect in itself. And this is what she looks like with the full 360, sort of like that Viking theme. And then the second operator skin that we have is the Berserker, which comes in for Kane. He doesn't have the glowing eyes in this at all, but this is just a showcasing of what his operator variant will look like. And the price of this bundle is 2,400 COD points. The next thing after that, there's also a couple of weapon blueprints that you get. The first one's called the Stars Align for the Compact 92 with the green tracers. The coloration doesn't make too much sense considering the operators are like a blue type of style that they have with them, but this is what the tracers look like. And then there's also a second weapon blueprint. This comes in for the AEK, has the same tracers and a seems like the gun actually glows. There's also a finishing move that we don't know exactly what it is because it's just bugged out as well. And then there's the rest of the items. So these are expected. Now, the next thing that we have is Season 3 Reloaded. This will be bringing in a new set of operator bundles. We're really hoping that they're going to do a better job than what we've seen so far with Season 3. Even if you're a fan of those wacky skins, the Ultra Operator skins, we can all agree that the skins haven't been as good as what we've seen so far in like Season 1 and Season 2. And I've just seen a lot of feedback, and many have stated that the bundles really just aren't that good. But here's what we know so far about the Reloaded update. The very first operator bundle that has been mentioned is a new Call of Duty Endowment Pack. Now, the good news about the Endowment Packs is, first off, the bundle is usually realistic. It's going to be a milsim operator, very tactical, and those of you guys who are interested in those types of operators, that's going to be a bundle you're going to be interested in. Unfortunately, we don't know what it looks like. All they've mentioned is the name of this bundle, and that is the Call of Duty Endowment United Force Tracer Pack. So it is going to be a Tracer Pack, and from my understanding from the colorations and everything that they use, I think it'll once again be a collab with the UK Special Forces, very similar to the last Endowment Pack that we got, which was the Endeavor Tracer Pack, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be something along those lines. So we ended up getting a new operator known as SC1, and this is what he looked like. Something along these lines, maybe obviously completely different tactical gear, but redeveloped once again by either the UK Special Forces or maybe like the US Special Forces this time around. And then also, if you are a veteran, there's a chance that you can get this bundle entirely for free if you're fast enough. So last time around, if you went to callofdutyendowment.org/USAA when the bundle released, they offered you a free pack. You just had to verify with your ID, and you can actually get the bundle for free. This time around, they're probably going to do the same thing when it does release, and obviously I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll let you know as soon as that is live so you can get that bundle for yourself. But that is the first operator bundle that we know of. Now, the next one that we have, this one's actually teased in the original blog for Season 3, and this was a Stone operator skin. So this was the Black Ops Cold War variant of him, and if you guys have noticed, we have not seen that variant yet in the game. In the Battle Pass, Stone did get a new operator skin, but it was a camouflaged version. So you can see here the coloration is completely different from the one that they teased in the actual blog or the image in the background. And the one in the background actually resembles the exact version of the Cold War Stone variant that we ended up seeing that is not yet available in Black Ops 6. So once again, I personally believe he's going to release sometime in the Reloaded update, considering they're teasing him this season. Whether he's going to be a free reward or an operator bundle, I have no idea. I typically don't think Call of Duty will sell these types of bundles, so maybe there's going to be an event, maybe some sort of an Easter egg or something like that to be able to get that operator skin. Now, going on to the next operator that we have, it looks like Kane might also receive a brand new BlackCell skin. If you guys have recalled, every single season so far with the Black Ops 6, we've gotten an event for BlackCell owners that they can get themselves an additional BlackCell operator. Typically, what they do is a skin that was supposed to be in the Battle Pass becomes a free event reward. We do have a couple of events that are going to be coming in, and there is one skin currently in the Battle Pass right now that doesn't have a BlackCell variant, and that is this skin called the Future Combatant. So I'm thinking there's going to be a BlackCell style to this operator available through an event for all BlackCell owners, and that could be a potential skin because so far I don't think BlackCell owners have gotten any sort of exclusive content. The only exclusivity came from Black Ops 6 owners getting the John Black Ops operator, but BlackCell owners haven't been really rewarded much other than like the daily challenge feature that they added with this season, which I personally don't think is still enough to justify that $30, but hopefully they're going to add some more rewards for those of you guys who purchased that. Now, the next operator bundle that we have is from the rumored Mission Impossible crossover. If you guys remember, the Ghost of Hope mentioned that there was going to be a crossover with Mission Impossible sometime in Call of Duty, and it's expected to be during Season 3 Reloaded. You guys already know during Reloaded updates, we will have some sort of a crossover that comes in, and there will be an event pass, some operator bundles, some rewards that you can get from that, and it's expected to be during this next update. The very first thing is obviously the event pass. Every event pass is going to have a minimum of 3 operators. We've seen that with Season 1 and 2, where 2 of them are going to be free. These are typically just henchmen, obviously skin variants for existing operators we currently have in the game, and they're really not too crazy. They're just simplified skins that come in from whatever the crossover is. So those are the ones that we have. Then you have the premium version. If you decide to spend that extra money, you can get yourself an operator skin that's probably one of the main characters of whatever the crossover is. is. And one time we had the Frontman, then we had Master Splinter, this time around potentially Ethan Hunt or any of the stars within Mission Impossible's universe. And then alongside that, there's always another additional set of bundles, around 3 to 4 bundles that come in. Squid Game, I believe we ended up getting 3 different bundles that were added. We had the Ping Guards Tracer Pack, we had the VIPs, and then we also had the Young Hee Tracer Pack. Then when we ended up getting Season 2 with TMNT, we had one for each Ninja Turtle. That was a total of 4 different bundles. So Mission Impossible probably going to have something along those lines. And also one thing to note, even if the crossover is not with Mission Impossible, whatever crossover they decide to do, a good 5 to 7 operators are going to come in from this crossover regardless. Now, as for the last potential operator that we're going to see in this update is going to be the Adler Tactical Operator. This was an operator that was shown in the Season 2 outro cinematic to begin Season 3. Basically, he was the one that started off this season. He plugged in that tape to showcase the storyline and everything that's going on with Hudson, and I'm guessing that there's a potential chance that they can finally give us an Adler operator. We still don't have a decent operator. We're 3 seasons into the game, basically half the game's life cycle, and we're yet to get a decent operator skin for him. So I'm thinking maybe during Reloaded, we finally get to see this operator bundle. Now, if that is not the case, which personally I don't think we're going to see him in Reloaded, he might end up being a Season 4 operator in the Battle Pass, and the storyline and everything might be themed around him. Adler is definitely one of the most popular characters in the storyline of Black Ops, and he's probably going to have his own dedicated season, and that would make sense, and I would be all for it. But these are some upcoming bundles and operators that we know of so far. Some we're expecting based on rumors and leaks like that. Monday is when we get this blog post, so we're going to have the official details. So check back on the channel because I will have an updated version to showcase new images of operators and everything brand new in this update. But that's all they got for you guys in this one. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.